إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد. So inshallah we're going to start where we left off. And we left off at the end of lesson 6. We're on lesson 7, I believe, on page 39. Inshallah, page 39. So I'll try here, page 39. Okay, it's lesson 7. You see? It's going to be, that one. So it says, Dars al-Sabi', right? Dars al-Sabi'. First line is what? Man hadihi, right?
Man hadihi.
Yeah, man hadihi. Okay. So alhamdulillah, last lesson we went over the Ismul Ishara. And the Ismul Ishara, there were 4. We learned Hada, and then the Dhalika. Yeah, and then we learned Hadihi, Tilka. And now in this lesson we're going to learn Tilka. Tilka. Yeah, remember that big Punnett square thing? Yeah. That's what we learned last time. Okay. So Hada, what does this mean? This. Hadihi, what does this mean? This feminine. Dhalika, what does that mean? That. And so then therefore what does Tilka mean?
That feminine.
That for feminine. Okay? These are for masculine. These are for feminine. The one that we're learning is this one right here. Tilka. And again, each of these have those 3 criteria you need to fulfill in terms of gender, right? In terms of number, right? So gender here is feminine. Number here is singular. And in terms of how far it is, this one's far. So muannath, mufrad, mufrada, ba'id, or ba'ida. Ba'idatun. Yeah.
It's far?
Yeah, far. So we use tilka for what? Something that's feminine, for something that is singular, and for something that is far. Remember, the main thing is that it's for something feminine. So in the lesson it says, Man hadihi. Who's this? Referring to a female. Hadihi Aminatu. This is Amina. See that? We didn't say Dhalika Amina, right? We said Tilka. Or we're gonna say that, yeah. وَمَنْ Tilka. And who is that? Tilka Fatimatu. Yeah? Tilka Fatimatu. That is Fatima. هذه طبيبة وتلك ممرضة. This is a female doctor and that is a nurse. Yeah, a nurse. ممرضة. Alrighty. Let's read the next one, yeah? هذه من الهند, right?
هذه من الهند وتلك من اليابان.
Yeah. وتلك من اليابان.
She referring to like this.
Yeah, this.
She is from India.
Yeah, say this is from India.
This is from India, sorry.
Yeah.
And that is from Japan.
And that is from Japan. If you say she, you say hiya.
Hiya
min al-hind,
yeah.
right? Perfect.
But this is referring to the girls, right?
Yes. Or it could be referring to the girls.
Also, it's not a part of the story about it.
I mean, you could say it is, right? So you could say that the doctor's from India.
Oh, okay.
And the nurse is from Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I was thinking about the names.
Yeah. But just in general, that's how you would point out to something feminine. Okay. What about the next sentence? هذه طويلة وتلك قصيرة.
This is a female.
So this is tall.
Oh yeah, sorry.
And this one's tall.
Yeah.
And that one's short, right? Referring to both females.
Yeah, sorry.
So like you're saying, that it's referring to the female, the doctor and the nurse.
What if you? So what's the difference between saying هذه and هي? What's the interchange?
It's not interchangeable. You could say hiya tawilatun, she is tall. But this one's trying to teach you hadihi, get you used to
Persistence.
yeah, get you used to hadihi and tilka because you know since we're men, we're not going to be using those too much, but they do pop up in your studies. Yeah, basically.
هذه and هذه.
Hadihi is for female saying this. Hada is for male saying this. Both mean the same thing, but this one is pointing for something that's female, feminine. This one's pointing to something that's masculine. Same thing with their counterparts, meaning like far away. That. Okay. So man hada. Who is this? Hada Hamidun. This is Hamid. Hamid is a boy, right? وَمَنْ ذَلِكَ. And who is that? ذَلِكَ عَلِيٌّ. That is Ali. Ali is a boy, right? Next sentence, you can read it.
أتلك دجاجة.
أتلك دجاجة. Is that a hen, like a female chicken? Remember we said dikun is rooster, dajajatun is a hen, female chicken, one that lays eggs. أتلك دجاجة.
لا.
لا.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
لا تلك بطة.
لا تلك بطة.
A duck.
Yeah. It says no, that is a duck. So you see duck. It's a feminine noun. بطة. All right. Next page. ما تلك. What is that? Referring to something feminine. ما تلك. تلك بيضة. تلك بيضة. That is an egg. That is an egg. It's an egg. Yeah. I'm not sure, but us Pakistanis, we eat eggs for breakfast every day. Yeah. Makes sense so far, right? We just have to get used to it. We just have to practice. Okay, next sentence. Can someone read it? هذه.
هذه سيارة المدرس.
Say
هذه
هذه
سيارة سيارة
سيارة
مدرس.
Perfect.
مدرسي. وتلك سيارة مديري.
Perfect. So هذه سيارة المدرس وتلك سيارة المدير. What's the translation?
This is the car of the teacher.
Is the teacher male or female?
Female. Sorry, no, it is male, but the car is female.
Perfect. Yes. Yes, correct.
وتلك سيارة تلك, so the car again, the feminine word, and then مديري is the was it the head teacher?
The head teacher, principal.
Yeah, head teacher. Oh, principal.
Okay, so this is the car of the teacher, who's a male, and that is the car of the mudir, the head principal or the head teacher, who's also male.
You but so like if you
Yeah. I think, brother, read here for the Tamaruta, the rule. Basically, when you see this at the end, generally, or you see this one at the end of a word, it's pointing, it's generally something feminine.
so a car is sayara, but like you say sayara too, that's considered feminine. So you don't say hada sayara, this is a car. You say hadi sayara because it's twinning. Were you for that? Okay, yeah. But like now you know. Just like I think we
Two lessons ago.
Yeah. But it's just so now you know like why we're using hadi. Because it's like you see sayara tun, even though car is not a male or a female. But since it has like tun, you know. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what you see is car. Okay. Car. And like the brother's saying, that because it's a feminine, how do we know? It's tamaputa. Therefore, we're going to refer to it with feminine stuff. We're going to point it out with feminine stuff. Okay, next sentence. Asa'atu Abbasin hadihi. الساعة عباس هذه. Is this Abbas's watch? لا. هذه ساعة حامد. No, this is Hamid's watch. تلك ساعة عباس. That is Abbas's watch. Yeah? Okay, next last sentence from the story. ذلك
ديك وتلك دجاجة.
ذلك ديك وتلك دجاجة. So what does that mean?
That is a rooster, and that is a was it a hen?
Hen or female chicken.
Yeah, yeah. Just the feminine version.
Yeah. So deek, like I said before, ذلك ديك وتلك دجاجة. So that is a rooster and that is a hen. Now, I mentioned last time, I just mentioned, when you see the Tamrabuta, that means that okay, it's a feminine thing, right? Sometimes you can just add it on to words. Yeah. Sometimes you just add it onto a word. For example, Ammun, that's paternal uncle. You can say Ammatun, like I added Tamrabuta. Ammatun, that's paternal what? Aunt. So look, I'm literally in this word, I just added the Tamrabuta and it turned it into the feminine version of it. However, there's some other words that we just read in Arabic that they don't have their feminine equivalent if you add the Tamrabuta. So for example, like Dajajatun, it doesn't have Dikun doesn't have like that. You can't just say Diqatun.
Yeah.
It has another word.
Because it's like a different.
Because it's totally different. Dajajatun. Dajajatun.
Is that why? Because it's like there's no such thing as a female version of this?
There's not like a hard rule, but just the general rule is this, and then there's exceptions to every rule that we learn.
Like you wouldn't be able to ever say Fahad this one.
No,
it's a boy name.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Okay, yeah. Tamarin, yeah, exercises. Inshallah, it's going to be a quick lesson, inshallah. So, Iqra waqtu. What does that mean?
Read and write.
Read and write. That's our favorite exercise. Alhamdulillah. Right? So I'll start us off. هذه مدرسة وتلك جامعة. So this is a school and that is a university. Okay. Number 2, across from it. ذلك
حمام وتلك بقرة. So ذلك ذلك that is a donkey, and وتلك بقرة, and that is a cow.
Perfect. Okay, number 3 it says ذلك مسجد. Is that a masjid?
لا تلك مدرسة.
تلك مدرسة. So if you think about the context of the sentence, it's asking about the masjid. So when you're reading it, tilka, you won't say mudarrisun because that's like, no, that's a teacher. That's like, doesn't make sense, right? It's just the context, that we're talking about buildings or like places.
Yeah.
And even when you see the Tamrabuta at the end, you automatically should think, oh, it's a school.
Yeah.
Madrasa.
Okay.
Number 4, right across, it says هذا جمل وتلك ناقة. So this is a camel and that is a she-camel. She-camel. You see that?
So it's a different word.
It's a different word, like I just explained. So camel is jamalun for male, and naqatun is a she-camel. Like where it says in the Quran, فَقَالَ لَهُمْ رَسُولُ اللَّهِ نَاقَةُ اللَّهِ وَسُقَيَاهَا. Like the people that the Prophet Salih was sent to, they killed the she-camel of Allah. See that?
Yeah.
So naqatullahi, she-camel of Allah. Mudaf mudaf ilayhi.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, number 5. Let's read this one, yeah? Someone.
هذه مدرسة.
Perfect.
وتلك عالمة.
Oh yeah, this one's interesting. You see that? I was gonna explain this too. Oh, look at this, yeah. The rule that I explained to you. Oh, just look at the Tamrabuta, and then it's gonna be school. It's actually mudarrisatun. Mudarrisatun. That means female teacher. Mudarrisun, mudarrisatun.
So it's the same or like
It's the same
letters. You
this
just
is-
kind of have to know. It came after. That's why I was like,
Yeah.
you gotta go back and forth.
Yeah, alhamdulillah. No, see, this is where you look at the context. The context is talking about people now. So you would say مدرسة. هذه مدرسة, right? So this is a female teacher. وتلك طالبة, and that is a female student. Even though they look the same. مدرسة, مدرسة. Same spelling, same thing, but you're using your context clues to know which one it's referring to. Make sense? Okay, number 6. Now we're on page 40. It's the pictures of the two, the next page after this one. Oh no, that's fine. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the bottom, which is اقرأ واكتب. We're on number 6. So هذا كلب وذلك قط. Nice and easy, huh? This is a dog and that is a cat. Who can read the last one?
هذا بيت وهذا بيت
مؤذن.
مؤذن.
So you see that هذا بيت مؤذن.
هذا بيت المؤذن وتلك حديقة التاجر.
Alhamdulillah, أحسنت أخي, that was a good one. هذا بيت المؤذن. This is the house of the
مؤذن. Oh,
what's a muaddin? The one that gives the adhan, the one that gives the call to prayer, the adhan. وتلك حديقة التاجر, and that is the garden of the businessman or the merchant. Any questions? Okay, next page. Look, we're almost done with lesson 7. This is the last page of lesson 7, inshallah. Okay, this one is saying basically we have 20 fill in the blanks. You have to fill it with either dhalika or tilka. Either dhalika or tilka, meaning you should know if something is a masculine, so then you use dhalika. If something is feminine, you use tilka. For example, number 1, it says something ummun. So what would you say? Tilka ummun. That is a mother.
Yeah.
The next one is abun. It's a man, right? Or a father. So you would say dhalika abun. That is a father. The third one, it says qalamun. So you would say dhalika qalamun. That is a pen. What about number 4?
That one is tilka
Because it's tam buta.
Yes.
Yes. That is a spoon. What about ayn?
Tilka.
Tilka aynun. Good. The 2 eyes, right?
Also, tell.
Yes, yes. And so another rule, we talked about the tam buta, right? This one, if you see it on a word, is generally it's feminine. Also, any body parts that come in pairs.
So it doesn't have the tune at the end, but we still say tilka for feminine because it's a pair.
It is a pair. Same thing with your eyes, right? Your ears, your hands, your legs, your arms. See that? We refer to them in feminine.
They don't need the time of basically.
They don't need the tam buta, but we refer to them in the feminine.
Just because it's paired, just how
You gotta ask the Arabs, the ancient Arabs. Yeah. Go back in time and say, what did you do here? Alhamdulillah. Okay. Hajarun. Would you say dhalika or tilka?
that is a stone.
That is a stone. What's another, if you go back to ayn, what is another meaning of ayn? So it says eyes, what's the other meaning? Sight? I don't know. Ayn.
I thought you were going to say it, I'm going to know it.
It's the source of a river.
Oh,
I
yeah,
explained
we
that.
talked about that.
We talked about it, the source of a river. Why? Because the eye is the source of where your tears are.
Yeah.
And the source of a river is the source of where the water comes out.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick, right? Okay. Qamisun. Which one are we going to use? Dhalika or tilka? Dhalika qamisun. That is a shirt. What about the next one? Qidrun. Dhalika qidrun. You sure? It's not it.
No, tilka.
Tilka qidrun.
It's just one of those words.
Qidrun is a pot. Remember the pot?
Oh.
That's one of the exceptions to the rule. It says al-milaqatu fil qidri.
Yeah.
The spoon is in the pot. Or ina qidrul lahmi. Where is the pot of meat? Hiya fi thalajati. It is in the fridge.
So
Remember?
you gotta like remember that.
Yeah, remember that. Yeah. Okay. Nafidatun. What are you gonna use?
Tilka.
Tilka. Baqaratun.
Tilka.
Tilka. Maktabun.
That's the Dali.
ذلك. ناقة.
Tilka.
Tilka. Naqatun, so you missed it, but Jamalun means camel.
Yeah.
Naqatun means she camel.
Oh.
فقال لهم رسول الله ناقة الله وسقياها. Okay. Okay. 13. مهندس.
Dali.
ذلك. What does it mean?
Here?
Yes, engineer.
Yeah.
Okay. مؤذن. مؤذن.
Dali.
ذلك مؤذن. That is a مؤذن.
Quality.
Yep. ممرضة. Nurse. تلك ممرضة.
What's the
ممرضة. Yeah, you just drop off the time of the time. Yeah. Okay. سرير. ذلك سرير. That is a what? Bed. حديقة. حديقة. Garden. حديقة.
Tilka.
تلك حديقة. طالبة.
Female student.
Yeah. تلك طالبة. Okay. جمل.
Sorry. Dali.
ذلك. ذلك جمل. That is a what? Camel. Now بطة. تلك بطة. بطة means duck. بطة. Yeah, that's how I remember. Alhamdulillah. So look, that was lesson 7. Very fast, very easy, huh? Alhamdulillah. Al-kalimat al-jadida. Let's go through the new words. Very few. But the first one is al-mumarridatu or mumarridatun. That means nurse. Hadiqatun means garden. Battatun means duck. Muwaddinu, al-muwaddinu means the muwaddin, the caller to the prayer. And an-naqatu or naqatun means she camel. And then baydatun means egg. That's the Pakistani's favorite word for breakfast, huh? Egg. We just say baydatun. That's it. Okay. And again, this table is the same table that I drew here, but just in my own way. Yeah. But the same table that we drew here is that same table that they're giving us. Asma'ul ishara lil qarib. That's the first column. The things that you use to point out for something close. So you say what? Hada and hadihi. Hada Muhammadun wa hadihi Aminatu. Hada is for what? Masculine
And near.
and near. That's why it says lil qarib, right? And hadihi is for feminine and near. Okay. Now if you look to the next column, Asma'ul ishara lil da'i. So this is the Asma'ul ishara for far away things. Like dhalika, dhalika najmun, dhalika hamidun, right? And now we've learned in this lesson tilka. Tilka Zainab. That's Zainab. Tilka battatun. That's a duck. Right? Any questions on lesson 7 before we break for Maghrib? Inshallah.
That's good.
To those that came a little late, no worries. Just got to review it. It's just yeah, very straightforward.
I'm
Inshallah.
gonna pause the recording.
Yeah, we'll pause the recording and then we'll continue after Maghrib. Inshallah.